So obviously this thing's ancient. It's sat outside in the middle of nowhere. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't seen this yet, this is my AE86 that we just picked up. Another beautiful day in the life of the 86 world.
Get ready to see a real sort look like one on a car, so get your eyes ready, cause them would look cool.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
That was loud.
I gotta show you guys before we throw this thing on how this is, because this is pretty hilarious. The best springs to run are no springs. Other than that, it's really clean down here. I'm really stoked about this. Wow. Those are gonna be cool. That's gonna need to come out about an inch, but. So, test fit some Hayashis, got the front end on, the interior's on, the car's home. It's exciting, it's ready to be, you know, hacked into a little bit. So, first order of business is, I got kind of excited, you know, to come out, check out the car. That's unlocked, but it doesn't want to release. So then I'm like, oh, the trunk, right? This lock is kind of broken. So then I'm like, oh, okay. Come over here. So yeah, the 86 has a great anti-theft. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna crawl in that trunk space. And I'm gonna see if I can unlock that trunk. Dan said that he did this before. Ah! Yeah! Alright. Now I can show you guys the rust back here. Which actually, for an 8.6 is pretty minimal, and I'm pretty excited about it. Okay, maybe minimal isn't the right word. The trunk is fried. This is a really common spot on the coupes of these cars to have rusting in this area. So, looking for a fiberglass or just a better trunk, but this is what I'm happy about. In reality, that's really not bad. Most of these have hole after hole. My pockets are pretty solid. A little bit of, you know, I guess, surface rust on pretty much everything, but I mean, honestly, if that's all we're facing, we're doing okay. All right, guys, that's partially fixed. I just have to figure out a way that this pull will actually pull it. All right, guys. As you can see with, well, you know, the rest of the car, all the plastics just kind of fallen apart with all their time. So I'm gonna see if we can get inside of this door panel and see if we can figure out why that door doesn't want to open. Because if you go like this, you can hear it's like it doesn't unlock this hinge. So we'll see. Just gotta pry this guy, which is gonna fall apart on me. Oh my goodness, it's turning into dust as I do this. Ew! So then that exposes 2 screws. Should just come right out. I don't think these door cards have ever come off. Just pop it right off. This just has a little retention clip that should just be able to get out. Nice, look at that, cool. My other side doesn't have that, so then I'm pretty sure it just goes boop. But then I'm pretty sure all you do is use the flathead screwdriver to pry them out, or pry out the rest of the door card. And then it's really similar to S chassis where you go up, kind of just hang it on the door sill. Hey! I got into this. You can see all the assembly in there. And for some reason, there's something that's not moving to make it jump. Wow. Okay, guys. I am now a pro at 8.6 locking mechanisms. Basically, this is your lock. You know, you pull the rod, it changes the axis so you can't open it. Then this pulls this way, and you'll see it lift up on that lever, and then it'll open that lever over there and push it downwards to unlock the door. This is what happened, and it's kind of funny. So when I had first gotten this 8.6, obviously, you know, I was doing a bolt check, putting on the front end, all this and that. These two bolts were here, you know, or these three bolts were here. As you can tell, they're marginally different sizes. It was loose, and when I tightened it in, I think it just changes that axis in there and messes it up, and it wouldn't allow us to do it. But now check this out. It's probably not smart, but I'm thinking about running just one bolt in that thing because it works. I also got a chance to, you know, vacuum out all this nasty stuff in there, so it's kind of good this happened. Wow, yeah, kind of a waste of 2 hours to get this to work again, but we have working door latches on this, so we're good. I guess that's a good introduction into the 8.6 life, is just little goofy things breaking. Gonna order a driver's side door handle from T3, and then hopefully get that in the next week or so. Yeah, baby steps with this thing. Anyways, it has a lot of surface rust in certain spots, so today we're gonna address some of that. I figured this would be a good time to talk about a little bit more of that monstrosity that's happening there. This car apparently had a 1JZ in it, and a really common thing on 8.6s when putting different engines in it is you have to hit the firewall. But usually the firewall is like a few taps around there for the beams, or around this area for the distributor of the 20 valve 4AG. But this one, it looks like they had to have quite the heyday with it. They also cut my core support. We have previously in the last couple vlogs made a little beam right there. It's got to do something a little bit thicker later on, but for now, it makes that somewhat sturdy that this holds on the hood latch. So we're just gonna go ahead and have to find a time to cut that out, but for now, definitely need to get rid of some of this surface rust. Some of this stuff I'm gonna have to actually do some metal work to in that area, but just stuff like these things back there, we'll just do a wire wheel and paint. And for this, we just have a super coarse wire wheel. Well, you can see how horrible of a job the JZ swap guys did with this. It literally looks like it has cellulite. Look at it, it's like rippled through here. But, you know, we just about to throw some paint on it, call it a day. And what's funny about that is that it looks like someone did put a primer white over this, and it just kept flaking off and getting worse and worse. Just basically making sure this thing doesn't rot any more than it is while we're working on this whole thing. Cleaned up a little of the leakage and just kind of the overall nastiness. I still haven't even given this thing a whole wash yet. I think it's been in some sort of a rear accident because that doesn't want to line up super well now that I have the little bumper extension sitting there. But I figured before I'd go, I want to explain to you guys the difference between the Zenki and the Kuki tail lights. I'm sure most people know, but if you're new to 8.6s, like I was, I didn't know this. There's a few different things that I had been discussing with people throughout the days. So these are a Zenki tail light. You get kind of the more simplistic design, but the biggest characteristic is you see this little raised bump on the Kuki tails on the 86 and 87 Corolla coupes. They come out like this, and they have the reverse light here, and kind of a little bit more updated design on the actual light itself. So a lot of people think you can just, you know, take them in and out, but the problem is that the trunks are the same. Some of the Kukis have an optional trunk extension that goes here. There's just 4 bolts that go here, and a little plastic piece goes on top. But what you have to do is actually remove this entire back trunk area from here. There's like a couple spot welds, and you split that seam, and you have to put on a Kuki rear. See how those have the holes there for the reverses? Well, Jesus, this is probably the most straightforward comparison you'll ever get. Besides, if we had the taillights, it'd be the perfect comparison. But you see here, I have my reverse, my turn signal, my brake and tail light. Here, you would have your brake light and tail light, turn signal, but reverse is over here. So the glass or plastic actually comes out over to that part. Then here you'll see how simple this is. I just have these 2 illuminating license plate lights. Those have this as well, but there's kind of a cool little like V and X pattern plastic piece that also goes there. Maybe it's metal, I don't know. But it does, I'm not gonna lie. Usually the Kuki to Zenki taillights on most of these eras of cars you can't really tell the difference of, but I'm not gonna lie, the Kuki is significantly better. I'll drop a couple pictures of what the Kuki taillights actually look. So yeah, you can see the metal differences and also the plastic difference of the tail light. So Kuki tail light, Zenki tail light. Pretty much the same on SR5 versus the GTSs, but here's a nice little comparison. Anyways, hope you learned a little bit about 8.6s today. I know I'm learning about them every single day, even though I thought I knew a lot. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully gonna have even more 8.6 content. I don't have plans on doing a lot of work on the other cars for a while. So anyways, I hope you're enjoying these. If you hate 8.6s, let me know. And if you never want to see me do another 8.6 video again, I won't. Just kidding, I definitely will. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I will talk to you guys later.